Stuart, from the top. Inflation higher or lower than today?
Inflation is going up. House prices will probably stay fairly flat.
Unemployment?
Unemployment will go up.
The grim news came from Sir Mervyn King saying we're in the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression.
This is the most serious financial crisis we've seen, at least since the 1930s, if not ever. And we are having to deal with very unusual circumstances.
Because markets are ruled right now by fear.
And Britain's Financial Policy Committee says the crisis poses the biggest threat to the UK's financial stability, and banks must reveal their full exposure.
If Spain falls, then very quickly this whole crisis morphs into a major macroeconomic event.
Correspondent Matt Podger has been monitoring events.
This was Tottenham High Road.
Our concept of sustainable competitive advantage is something that distinguishes a company from their competitors, but also provides sustainable and positive long-term economic benefits. People and how we manage them are becoming far more important, especially within the hospitality industry, because they provide the main contact with customers and are seen as the service providers. Our view is that our people are the main source of our competitive success, and this will become more and more important in the future. The problem, however, is that the industry suffers from high turnover, increasing customer expectations, and managers are under pressure to reduce staff costs, largely due to the current economic situation.
However, we would suggest that in the long term, there's no more important aspect of guest satisfaction in the hospitality industry than customer service. After all, it's hard to build a loyal customer base. And while it may sound a bit cliché, there is no more valuable asset in the industry than its employees.
So what should hotel managers be doing to develop sustainable competitive advantage? We feel that it's time to take a fresh look at the themes and ideas of training and retaining our staff. For example, university students, while popular among the industry, are often seen as being too theoretical and lacking practical skills for the industry itself. As a result, many hospitality businesses have to invest a lot of time and training to bring the students up to speed with their practices and procedures. In Germany, apprenticeships are part of their dual education system, and there are over 340 recognised trades where an apprenticeship can be completed. The apprentice spends 50 to 70% of their time in the company and the rest in formal education, and therefore are able to learn whilst they earn. Apprenticeships are an integral tool for the development of qualification-based skills, but they are also really valuable for reducing staff turnover and for retaining your most talented staff.
Some of the things we do, we try and pay people as well as we can do. But I think actually more important than paying them well is actually motivating them, training them, developing them, giving them opportunities. Apprenticeships is another means of actually taking people and giving them skills, and that can tie in with qualifications like MVQs, and so it's really a training scheme. And of course, during the process of that training scheme, you are retaining those people.
Traditionally, they may only be a year or 2 year programme. So again, it comes back to making sure that once they've completed their apprenticeship, they're not looking to go outside of our company and keeping them engaged.
So how do we implement a management apprentice scheme, which is not only about operational skills development, but about managerial skills development? In a piece of research undertaken by James Chewton regarding the German Berufsausbildung, on behalf of the Savoy Educational Trust, he identified that the apprentice scheme highlights people's strengths, weaknesses, and acts like a filter to produce the right people for your organization. The benefits of such a scheme are talent retention, more staff empowerment, which results in excellent service.
The key to reducing staff turnover is to motivate and reward properly. However, recruiting and retaining quality personnel in the hospitality industry is a considerable issue. Organisation and industry attributes include long and sociable working hours, low pay and lack of career development. Employees face stress, resource inadequacy and job burnout.
By improving staff empowerment strategies by providing quality of training, appropriate education, employee engagement and a work-life balance, employees will have increased job satisfaction And in return, the establishment will achieve improved organisational performance, resulting in higher productivity, profitability and innovation, as well as a greater customer and company advocacy. Even in tight financial times, we can implement inexpensive reward and recognition programmes to effectively retain staff and motivate them to achieve high performance levels. Many factors affect employee morale. Although some are outside the work environment and beyond our control, we can boost morale from within the workplace.
However, in order to maintain our competitive advantage, we need to both keep our best staff and provide more opportunities for skill development. Whilst large organisations will have the flexibility to provide opportunities, smaller firms will lack the resources to support such schemes.
For example, rather than losing disengaged staff, why shouldn't employees develop skills by experiencing staff exchange schemes in which employees take part in exchange with similar or comparable establishments? Whilst managers might fear that these staff would be lost or lose interest, it is likely that staff would return with new ideas, broader knowledge and more motivated. We discussed this with a number of leading industry figures and received positive impressions.
So people can get that exchange experience by moving around our business, where they can increase their skills, be fully engaged, keep motivated, have something new and exciting, which again retains them in our business.
So we do cross exposure, so anyone can come to their local HR department and say, I'm really interested in revenue, I'm currently in front of house, what can I do to get exposure out of the department? It can be anything from shadowing someone for a day, it can be anything from going to one of our larger properties and seeing how they work for a week or a month. We've actually had quite a lot of success for people gaining promotions after doing cross exposure programmes.
Would you see this doing well on a management level?
I think the idea is that to a certain extent it's already taking people into management. So it's starting off. So certainly within, we're just finishing off the first module at the moment of 5 months, and the person that we have working for us is actually already is moving into supervisory. So it's actually taking them from a class level into a supervisory level. So in terms of it working with management, absolutely, there's no reason why it couldn't do.
We believe that this approach is both sustainable and will provide longer-term benefits to all types of businesses and their employees. Neither the suggestion of the apprenticeship scheme nor the staff exchange concept are short-term solutions. These are long-term investments which will gradually increase your business staff retention, staff empowerment and workforce skill base.
By adopting these schemes into your business and investing into its strength, you can create a highly skilled and loyal workforce which over time becomes independent and self-motivated as a result of caring and constantly developing your most vital resource.
Finally, during such difficult times, many businesses rely on making short-term decisions in order to meet their budgets or to simply keep their business afloat. Achieving sustainable competitive success within our industry involves altering how we think about the workforce and the employment relationship. It means achieving success by working with people, not by replacing them or limiting the scope of their activities. It entails utilising the workforce as a source of strategic advantage, not just as a cost to be minimised or avoided.
Their competitors provides economic... Achieving competitive success through people... Achieving competitive success through people involves your thing just beeped. The hospitality industry suffers a poor image in the UK.
Employees transferring and around several employer trainings.